Okay, interrupted there. Okay, we got this cut, so you can see the repair area right there. It's nice and smooth and flat now. A few of you commenters are picking on me about doing JB weld. The reason you do JB weld is you don't want to be welding the case right here because the damn thing will split. It's real thin through here. You got oil galleries going through here. You got oil galleries under here. It's all hollow through here. And you start welding this area and it just turns into a big spider web mess of cracks. So you want to stay out of this area as much as possible. If you have to weld in here, you want to make sure you preheat the cases up pretty hot. Do your welding. Tap on the weld a little bit. Get the hell out of it. Throw it back in the oven. Preheat it back up again and let it cool off slowly overnight. And I've had good luck doing it that way, but I've seen a lot of these things just crack like crazy, so you want to avoid doing that if you can. In the JB weld, you're strictly only doing a compression here with a gasket, and the oil would have to push the JB weld away, and it ain't going to do that. So it's a nice, good, strong repair, and it's good. And it's got no heat in the case. So that's why I do it. The other guy said he wanted to know if my mill was square. See the witness marks here? That tells you it's square. You see witness marks across your cutting surface, you know it's pretty damn square. So that's right here. Alright, so there you go. All you slimy commenters are making rude comments about me again. I'll get paranoid pretty soon. Alright, so now we're going to center up our drill hole here. I already checked it with a gasket to make sure it was flat. We're going to drill straight through the case for our oil gallery. Here's the gasket. It goes right like this. And I double checked to make sure the hole lined up correctly, and it looks pretty close, so I'm going to go with it. You just got to make sure you put your gasket on correctly. If you put it on upside down like this, the oil gallery's in the wrong spot. You don't want to be doing that, obviously. So anyway, there's where that goes. So instead of going through the cylinder here, I go straight through the bottom down here, and then it goes down the case, and then the flywheel picks up at the very bottom. It's not being winded around with the rods. So less drag. There's already plenty of oil down in here splashing all over the place. You don't need it on your cylinders. Now this here, I will JB weld that one hole there. I did not do it on the back. I might leave that in there. I might make it out. I'll see if I'll push on it, see if it moves. If it doesn't move, I'll leave it. If it's a little soft feeling, I'm going to cut it out. But anyway, I just showed you how to do that the other day. The JB welding stuff. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and drill this hole in here and get this cleaned up. Alright. Just over here. Okay, now the way you check it to make sure you're square is you turn the drill 180 and see if it centers back up. If it doesn't, average it out. So I use a 1/4 inch drill for this. It looks like they are a little bit under that. Too far. Okay, I got it centered up where I want it to be. Alright, I'm going to just drill it through. And drop the RPM down a little bit. Okay, that one's done. Deburr the top a little bit. Use a big center drill for that. There you go. Alright, give you a nice clean hole. Comes out the bottom. Alright, here's our drill. So we got the hole straight through right now. So you see how that comes out the bottom down there. There it is. It's right on the case right there, and it just drains right down our case. Right there, and the oil can go back into the main bearing if it wants to. Most of the time it's not, it's going to go in the main bearing, it's going to drain away from the main bearing because you didn't catch it in the slip here. If you drill at an angle, you probably could catch that. You know, if you drill at an angle like that, and it would drain right into your oil gallery. I don't think it really matters if you do it that way, but you know, you can also do that if you want to. But I don't do it that way. This hole here is your old feed hole for the lifter blocks, goes all the way down through there. S&S, they come in through here, and they don't have this gallery, but Harley, they run it this direction. Alright, so that's how you do that. Now I'm going to go ahead and get the hole over here done. So I'm going to turn the case back over the other side here again. I'm done with this side. I'm going to go ahead and cut these out with the die grinder in here. And I do need to clean up this oil hole over here a little bit. So I can probably do that right now. Figure out which size hole that is. Let's do something down here around the 90. It's probably bigger than that. Here's 120. Okay, that goes like that. So we're going to do the small hole here and try to figure out where the hole is at. Alright, so I'm going to use my drill right here to hold it. I don't want to put a power tool in there because that just screws it up. So this is my little hand drill now. So there you go, nice little hand drill. Get over here and see a little better. Alright, so we just go in a little bit until we kind of figure out what angle that's at. I'm not really sure what it is. Looks like a pretty heavy angle. There we go. That one goes in there like that. That one goes in there like that. Feel like it went all the way yet. So it does intersect with this hole, intersects with this one going that way, I bet. Okay, that hole's all cleaned up in there now. Keep pushing it all the way through the case. Alright, so there's your angles you're looking at. This one, these are different locations. They're not interjecting, they're not hitting each other, intersecting. They're different spots. Okay, so anyway, that knocks that down. You can see the hole going through there a little bit. So that's all done now. You can still see how much JB weld is in there. How good of a cut it is, smooth it is. Yeah, always go backwards. All right, so we get that part done. Now go ahead and rotate the case and drill the other part. And we get to do some grinding. Okay, I gotta figure out which bit's what. I got them mixed up now. You gotta put your bits back in the right spot. Okay, that one was 119. That was 115. Okay, those are done. Get out of the way. Now we got tools at. Yep. Ah. Ah. Damn thing there got me. That's why I'm gonna cut those stupid things off. That's why you don't leave sharp things like that. They get you. They get you. Blood you save might be your own. That's why you always deburr everything you work on. Okay, looks like we're way off. Imagine that. Let's see, 52. Oh, wrong direction. 0. Right there, close enough. 0.01. Probably got a good view in my head there, I bet. Okay, that's tight. It's over there on the other side. Camera's always in my way. Nobody likes it. Okay, I'm gonna do this other hole. The gasket, where it ran off to. Get your gasket. Double check the hole. And they're a little bit further in than I would like to be. Yeah. Don't need to be in there quite as far as they are. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, pretty far off on that dimension. Not sure why they did that. Okay, I moved it over a little bit. See if I can get the drill to stay over that direction. Yep. So I did that, I cheated the hole over a little bit. See how this is more centered on the width here between the two? See how this one here was a lot closer right here on the edge? So what I did was I cheated it by putting put the countersink in here, not countersink, center drill, which moved the hole over a little bit. And when I'm drilling it, you can see how the original hole is over here, and I am now drilling over here a little bit. I don't know if you can catch that or not. Get up here high enough, you might see it. So that's cheating the hole a little bit. When you start the hole, I just go real slow. And if the drill doesn't move over, you're pretty good. See, I'm staying off that one side pretty good. There we go. Squawk, squawk. Okay, so now you can see where this one went through. Right there. I made the deck a little more equal height. So now it's not so even. So this part of the hole here, I actually didn't even cut this out of the hole right on the edge. I moved it over so far I didn't even re-catch that part. So there we go. So now it's a lot more equal. The deck's not so thin right here. So that's how you do it a little bit. You always got to be able to figure out ways of doing what you want to do. Okay, come back and chamfer the hole just a tick. Right there. Good to go. Put your gasket up there and see if what we did what worked. And my hole is now a lot more centered than it used to be. Imagine that. So now, when you center up the gasket over the hole, see how we're centered? Yep, a little bit over right there. So now you can see how that hole is centered. And we get the gasket pretty well centered on the bore here. And you can see how now the hole here is now centered. Before it was about third of the hole here was plugged up by where they had it. Because you can see how thick this gasket is here. You can see how thin it is right there on the top. So that's why I moved it over. So it'd be more like this one, nice and thick right there. See right down the hole. Look at that. Alright, so that part's done. Okay, so now I have to trim this stuff here away. I'm going to come back and cut this surface over here. I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck right now. I'll match up the undercut from side to side here while I'm at it. I like to do that anyway. And I'll split the cases, do the final deburring. I'm going to come back and cut this surface here, and then they should be pretty well done. So now I'm going to clean this up, get off, and we'll come back in a few minutes. Okay, back to the grinding bench. Some grinding. Let's get some grinding bits. These are the rougher ones, these are the finest one. A more final pass. So I'm going to lubricate my air tools a little bit. This is air tool oil mixed in with a little bit of Tribidon additive. Testing it out, see how it works. Maybe the tools will live longer. Who knows? Alright. I'm going to cut this crap out of here. Right here, just go ahead and just cut it out. Don't have to worry about any oil holes, it's not a twin cam. Alright, that gets that sharp area away. Now you come in, cut out where the rod goes right here, a little extra rod clearance. Went away. Two more to go. Back with the fine one, do the final deburring underneath here. Do the other side. Put your hand in there and pick the case up without cutting yourself now. We got the case right here at the very bottom. We'd like to deburr that out a little bit. Use this one for that one. Let's the oil drain back a little easier. Once again, it doesn't cut me. Cutting me is very important. Alright, so that side's done on that side. So now you do the front over here. I also cut up for the rod clearance on this side, which I just matched up to left and right. Right down there, I don't know if you can see it. Get a better view later. This one here, you can see how it's got a big lip on the bottom. Right there, we'll even that out too in the same rod spot. And obviously got a lot of material to cut out of here to get rid of it. Blow it out. Loading up a little bit. Little tip to it. Turn my wire feed. The weld splattered. It's just for a different little thing. Alright, nice and smooth now. Got chips everywhere, even in the camera. I know it's a good video, got chips everywhere. Okay, so I knocked it out right through here for rod clearance. Blew off that sharp lip and then radiused it around. I put the radius all the way up under here so it didn't cut me. Did the same up under here. So you put your hands in here anywhere you want, pick it up, doesn't hurt you. Radius that edge right there. Cut this out right here. And then this high was real high through here. I cut that away for stroker clearance. Under my light. There we go. So you can see the original cut right there. I didn't cut that. I just moved it straight across and cut this all out on this side. So half the case is cut, the other half wasn't. Then I deburred all up under here. So now you can pick this thing up wherever you want. It doesn't cut you, doesn't make you bleed. Just like it should be. So a little bit of detail work never hurts. Alright, that's all I got to do on the detail on this. So I'll go and get these apart, blow all these chips out, and we'll mill off this case cover right here. And we'll be done with these. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, got the cases apart. Tired. Cranking the table up to the face cutting here. Crank on that a few times. Get you warmed up. Okay, so you can see what the deburring job looked like under here. Knocked that all out. Rough casting under here, see? And this one here, all deburred also. Ooh, that's sharp right there though. Ooh, real sharp. These you have to leave because that's what seals the case. These are sharp right here. I'll deburr these. These ones here I can deburr. You don't want to deburr this because it leaves a trail going right on up. But right here you can cut. This one here you can get right here though. Yep, there we go. The ones you can get. And you can't. It's hard to work and film at the same time. I'm not watching what I'm filming. There you go. I'm going to cut myself again. Alright, so that's all done. Okay, now I got to come off this surface right here, not this lip, but off this surface here. And I'm going to cut the gasket surface. So I'm going to put that up on top of my parallel blocks. And we got one stud in the middle to hold it down. And we're going to cut this surface here, right off here. So I'll just cut across this whole surface. Get it squared up. Now this is pretty far off on the mill table before, so we'll see if it's still off in this plane, which would explain why it was off the other plane. We'll see. Usually like having something under here to make sure it doesn't pull down. Alright. Over there. We're as far as we can go this way. And hopefully I got enough to get off the edge of the table before I run out of table movement. It's going to be really close. Turn it that way and get a little bit more maybe. Yeah, it's kind of defeating purpose. I think that's about all I can get. We'll see. Short. We only need one bolt to hold this down. We're not taking a big cut. Enough pressure. That was not even hitting. The other one goes over. It's because we're not quite over the top of the table. We're over the edge a little bit. So we're kind of hitting, but not really with any pressure. Do a quick look to make sure you're not up on top of the lip. Yep, look good. Just see if we can get all the way off the table or not. Off the end of the table. I think we're going to be okay. Yep, we make it. Okay, where's my bit? Bit's right here. Use your feeler gauge, see how close you are. I'm within 1.5 thou because this won't go under. But I'm not hitting. So that means I'm right on. I'm just above it, 1/2 thou to 1 thou. Okay, it's right on 0 on my gauge too. How'd that happen? Okay, I'll back it off about 5. I'm going to sweep across this and see how flat this is. We got the JB weld right here we're going to cut off. So that's the JB weld right here. So we're going to make that go away. Alright, we're at 960 RPM up there. Way up there. That should be good. Plenty fast enough for the need. I'll put it down to 0 right here. I don't hear it hitting anywhere yet. That's the surface. There's a JB weld going away. No contact anywhere. I'll go ahead and drop her down 1 thou. Nothing. 2 thou. We're just starting to whisker across right there. Okay, let's go ahead and feed this out. What we got? Set the table up a little bit over here. I think this is the high corner. We're not cutting anywhere else. See, we're cutting across the top right here. JB weld. That's almost all coming off. There's a low spot right there. That's the part I screwed up. We did not hit it all on the bottom down there at all. Thou more. Now let's get it down here toward the bottom. Kind of hitting a little bit down there. Look at it. Whisking across. I'll take another towel to clean it. Probably a little more inside, but. Hitting down there. I take 1.5 thou to clean it almost all the way. It's barely hitting over on the bottom edge. There's 1 thou and 1/2. More. The whisker. Looking all the way across the whole surface. Not quite. There's a low spot right there. Right on that dowel hole down there too. impact marks and beating on the surface or something. Slip area is almost cleaned up. So we got a low spot right here by the valve pin, right here where it leaked out the bottom. And a little blister thing right through there where the breather doesn't clean. I'm going to give it another towel. Towel and a half. Yeah, I'll probably get enough towel now. Put this back over here. Got too much clearance bond, you cut too much off these. Put the cam clearance. Alright, so there's the towel. Yeah, and a half. Almost a half. Yeah. So 6 towel total from high to low. Case is about 2.5 out of square. I'll compensate for some of our deck air maybe. Still haven't cleaned 100% on the bottom, but a lot better. Gas can take care of that moisture down there. The valve pin holds clean. The rest is just clean over across here. This is our low spot right here. And right along here. And that's the clean. And the JB weld is going away. Just about all that JB weld is gone. There's a blister right there. They don't have to cut too much off the space now. Another towel so that go away. You never know how flat these things are until you cut them. Alright, so there's your case cut. Shit, I wasn't expecting to have to cut that much. There's a JB weld repair right there. There's no way of really feeling it. I'm surprised it was so uneven down there. Alright, well that's all cut clear now. It's out of the way. Tripod's in the way again. Yeah, let's look in the wall some more. It's always good. How's that wall shot? You like that? All right. Yeah. I'm going to deburr this a little bit. Take the dolph off. Right on the edge here. On the inside a little bit. All right. Knock off some of the burrs so I don't get cut. So I don't like burrs too much. Alright, so that's pretty much it for these cases for now. Pretty much ready to go to the polisher now and get repolished. There's that surface. Now when they get to the polisher, they're going to match up the cases for us. So that means I'll make these more even right here. Right now you got a pretty good lip right here. They'll cut these around and match up all these surfaces. They'll match them all the way around. But you want to make sure you don't have them match up this one right here, because that's your sealing surface. Leave it fat. Don't match that. That's too thin. I've seen them do that, but make sure you tell them not to do that there. And then they can match this stuff all the way down. That gives you a nice show finish. These cases are kind of dull polished. They weren't. They didn't take them to a real smooth surface before they started buffing with a fine. It's kind of like painting your car with a, 120 grit sandpaper. Put paint on it and try to hit 3000 on top of the paint and have it look smooth. It just doesn't work. It looks dull and dirty all the time. That's how these cases look. So we're going to go ahead and get these redone. And deburr that a little bit too. And then they'll look a lot better. I'm going to go ahead and get this motor going back together. Or go together for me. I haven't worked on this one yet. There you go. Take off a couple more burrs. Hate burrs. Alright, that's it for this job for a while. Polishing is next. But not by me.